This module covers the assessment and monitoring of the condition of linear assets. Analyzing the real condition of assets enables maintenance operations to be determined and prioritized in order to guarantee the necessary level of service and prevent failures. Now, in the first part of this module, we will determine criteria to assess the condition of linear assets. And in the second part, we will look at the methods which enable their condition to be assessed and monitored. First of all, let's determine the criteria to assess the condition of linear assets such as networks. Given that networks are generally below ground, their condition is determined using data which is already available in the field and by deduction thanks to the indexing and archiving of data during maintenance operations. So let's take a look at the field data which can be used. Data corresponding to the detailed description of the network, the layout of the network, the nature of the materials, the nature of the pipeline, the length and diameter of the pipeline, and the date or time at which it was laid. More specifically, we can collect technical data such as the depth at which the pipeline is laid, the type of joint or the pressure range. Now, it is also relevant to collect data relating to the surrounding environment, road traffic, for example, or to the local authority such as the position of strategic pipelines. And lastly, all of the data concerning previous failures on the network, as well as the past history of and reason for renewals can be useful. The objective is to acquire a comprehensive knowledge database, as this data constitutes a guide to target and prioritize network renewal. And secondly, we can determine the condition of networks by deduction thanks to the indexing and archiving of maintenance operations. Leaks, breakages, or repairs constitute an opportunity to take samples from networks, to take photos and measurements. And the analysis of this data enables the condition of networks to be assessed in an empirical manner. Let's now look at the methods used to assess and monitor the condition of linear assets. Now, for drinking water networks, two methods are used: acoustic measurements and pressure measurements. For acoustic measurements, a listening stick is used as well as listening devices. Now, these devices are put in place over several days, on valves for example, in order to determine whether or not variations exist, enabling leaks or breakages to be detected. Now, for pressure measurements, we isolate sectors of the network and measure the pressure zone by zone, comparing measurements with the hydraulic model. A fall in pressure is almost certainly a leak. Now, for sanitation networks, we generally conduct smoke tests. This enables us to see where water penetrates and therefore detect cracks and breakages as well as damaged connections. And camera inspections are also possible, but only for the most critical assets, as they are costly. So here's what needs to be remembered with respect to the assessment and monitoring of the condition of linear assets. We assess their condition using data which we already possess in the field and by deduction, by taking samples during maintenance operations. Now, to monitor the condition of drinking water networks, we use acoustic and pressure measurements. For sanitation networks, we conduct smoke tests or camera inspections.